A Japanese consultant thanks Taiwan's help during the 331 earthquake at a marathon event. Tzu Chi volunteers continue to look after solitary veterans in Northern Thailand for over 2 decades. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tai. Thank you for joining us. The 2019 Taipei Expressway Marathon was recently held. Participants came from 31 countries. In our report, we'll meet a Japanese participant who is also a business consultant. He visits Taiwan almost every year because he wants to show his gratitude to Taiwanese people who provided assistance after the 3/11 earthquake.
Tzu is a Japanese business consultant who is visiting the recycling station of Bada Road in Taipei City. To his surprise, 87-year-old Grandma Lin can speak Japanese. Both of them chatted easily with each other. He was also amazed by the eco-friendly blankets from DaAi Technology. PET bottles were reused to make new products. When the natural disaster came, these products have helped many affected residents. While watching the video from 2011, this Japanese visiting group were touched and grateful for the help from Taiwan.
We
will never forget the time when we received assistance and aid supplies from both Taiwan and Tzu Chi. 8 years have passed, and we're a little disappointed to see that the youth or the ones that didn't go through the 3/11 earthquake have forgotten what happened. We believe that it is important for us to pass down this history to our next generation, letting them know the act of kindness can bring people closer together.
When I came to Taiwan to express my gratitude toward the companies or NGOs on behalf of the Japanese people, I found out that most of the Taiwanese would say Japanese are like siblings. We're glad to help out.
Mr. Morale is also a participant in the 2019 Taipei Expressway Marathon. He wants to continue participating in this event every year. It's his way of showing his gratitude toward Taiwan.
Next, we take a look at Tzu Chi Free Clinic in Cambodia, which was held for 3 days in Takeo province. In our report, we will meet 2 children who both suffer from severe diseases. Fortunately, team of doctors have provided treatments to ease their pain.
This little girl is cute and lovely, but if you take a look closer, her eyes are blood red.
We believe it is a subconjunctival hemorrhage, which causes bleeding eyes. Plus, on the lower eyelid, we can see a little bit of blood stasis.
This 10-year-old girl, Burasali, has suffered bleeding eyes for half a month already. The doctors have never seen such a severe subconjunctival bleeding case before. They have decided to transfer her to another clinic for further checkups. While seeing her child being taken care of, both her mother and aunt were happy as well.
Yesterday, I came to the free clinic. After I went back and told my niece's mother that there is a free clinic over here, I was very happy and grateful.
At this free clinic, we can see many impoverished residents who have come to seek medical attention. Over here, the little boy's muscles have gone limp and he could not move around.
He was 2 years old, he can walk normally.
Yes, but
and then gradually
he
cannot walk.
The doctor tested his hand muscles and the situation is not good at all.
I believe this is a congenital problem. It's related to motor neuron disease, you see. He can't move on this side. He doesn't have strength. This hand is still capable to hold things, but the other hand cannot do the same thing.
Tima, traditional Chinese medicine doctor, also came to help this little boy. He applied several methods, hoping to ease his pain. Unfortunately, the situation is severe. He might need special care or assistive devices to support him later on.
An elderly woman made a miraculous recovery and came back from the brink of death with the help of staff from Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. Many of her internal organs were damaged and she required many surgeries as well as an extended stay in ICU before finally being able to go home.
After a very serious accident, this woman feels fortunate to live, and the volunteers of this hospital present her with a birthday cake as she leaves the hospital.
非常感谢，真的。
I'm deeply touched. Really, I'm glad to be alive and experience this important event.
At the end of October last year, she was riding a scooter when she was struck by a small delivery truck. This led her spleen, kidneys, intestines, and other organs being severely damaged. After receiving treatment from more than 9 departments and 4 months of treatment, she finally recovered.
We need to thank the surgeons and those in the operating room, as well as anesthesiologists and the nurses. Also those who work in ICU and those who did tracheotomy, as well as nutritionists and those specializing in rehab. Also internal medicine and cardiology. Now she has recovered and will leave the hospital, and I'm very happy.
Ma and her husband are senior Tzu Chi volunteers during her illness and stay in the hospital. Aside from the hospital staff who looked after her, they received many blessings from the Tzu Chi family.
We definitely need to hold on to the precious gift of life. We will follow Dharma Master Zhen Yan's footsteps. We feel very fortunate for this. Many Tzu Chi brothers and sisters and Jinsi abode Dharma masters, as well as Master Zhen Yan, blessed us.
With the help of the hospital and the Tzu Chi family, she has recovered well. Will continue to make progress with the blessings and best wishes of everyone.
44-year-old Song Hua-yong in Dalian City in China suffered from severe burns in a dust explosion accident at his workplace. Despite being heavily injured, he survived miraculously. He aspires to give back to society to express his gratitude. Song Hua-yong suffered burns to 90% of body burn in a dust explosion accident at his workplace. He stayed in the ICU for 5 months before being transferred to the regular ward. In just 9 months, he has undergone 14 surgeries.
The nurse said that I was the first to suffer such severe burns in her 18 years of practice. It's a miracle that I can survive. She said the whole hospital believed I couldn't make it and wouldn't survive.
But Song Hua-yong has survived. He was even able to walk out of the hospital by himself.
After accompanying him for a long period of time, I thought that he is truly remarkable.
Instead of us giving him companionship, it was actually him that's giving us spiritual support with his optimism, his strength, and his compassion.
March 9, 2019 was the 1-year birthday of his new life. Song Hua-yong made a wish with a smile. In our report, we will meet 36-year-old Mahandlan, who had a car accident which turned his life upside down. As the breadwinner in the family, he couldn't work for a year due to his injuries. Therefore, the family has been facing financial difficulties. Fortunately, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to deliver care and love for this family in the nick of time.
After receiving a case referral, Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Tzu Chi volunteers quickly headed over to the home.
We're volunteers from the Tzu Chi Foundation. Do you live in Building H?
The car accident that Mahendran went through left him with mobility issues, which directly impact the whole livelihood of his family.
Before the accident, he worked in the truck delivery business, and his wife worked part-time as a janitor at an international school. Both of them had jobs, so life was stable. However, after the accident, the family started to struggle financially.
Mahendran was not able to work for a whole year due to his injuries. Therefore, the whole family depends solely on his wife's income.
My wife is the only one working in this family. It's been hard on her. Right now, it is difficult for us to even have 3 meals a day, although she has been working, but she doesn't have a stable income.
Due to having an irregular eating schedule, the family of 5 is quite malnourished. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers have bought over rice and other supplementary food items for the families to be able to enjoy a hot meal again.
They're facing some extreme financial difficulties. They're able to cook when they have money, and it's not possible to cook if no money comes in. If she doesn't cook, then they don't really have anything to eat. The children are all very malnourished. Tzu Chi will provide financial assistance to your children, things like transportation fees to and from school. You no longer need to worry about the two of them. In addition, we will come every month. We will bring many supplies like rice and other daily necessities.
Tzu Chi volunteers not only provided the timely aid in material form, but their love and care has deeply touched the family, letting them know that they're not alone in this world.
Tzu Chi started a 3-year poverty alleviation program in Northern Thailand in 1995. One such area is a veterans' home which houses many single and disabled veterans. Despite the failing health of these veterans, Tzu Chi continues to provide care for this ailing population.
In 1950, at the conclusion of World War II and hostilities between the nationalists and communists, many soldiers were expelled from Yunnan, China. They soon fled across the border and could no longer go back to their homes.
A familiar Chinese song can be heard. We're not actually in Taiwan, but instead in Chiang Mai, Northern Thailand. This is the Ban Mae Nuam Bua veterans' home.
This foreign army had assisted the Thai government of eradicating the Thai Communist Party. This gave them the opportunity to live in the northern part of the country. Many are single and disabled and mostly live in this veterans' home.
Some have no hands, and some have no feet, and some are quite ill.
Hu Xiaoguo has accompanied these veterans for more than 20 years. Also from Yunnan, Hu said many had suffered.
They say that when they were fighting, they rarely had rice, but had to eat corn without cooking. And when they went hungry, they would cut down the banana tree and eat this too.
First, we need to prepare the ingredients, and then we take it there to cook it. It gives them a feeling of home. This is why we go and cook rice and vegetables for them.
In 1994, Taiwan's Overseas Community Affairs Commission invited Tzu Chi to care old nationalist soldiers left behind in northern Thailand. In 1995, Tzu Chi launched the 3-year poverty alleviation program in northern Thailand, and since then has formed a strong bond with these veterans.
Come sit here, let me measure your blood pressure. Come here and sit, I will prepare to wash your feet. Are you feeling comfortable? Too comfortable. Wow, look, very comfortable.
Volunteers can replace missing family members or friends. The number of veterans has gone from 200 to just 4 people now. Here are old pictures showing how vibrant it used to be.
It used to be a crowded gathering place, and now it is very empty.
Sincerely loyal to the country, this is our story. We did it well and protected the roots. We didn't do anything wrong. I sleep here and it's only me now. And the other bed is where I store some things as no one sleeps there.
As time passes, the veterans are dying. The dormitory that once housed more than 200 people is now nothing more than empty rooms with nothing remaining. There are just a few photos left of those who live at Ban Mae Nuam Bua.
He was 95 when he passed away. Sometimes I asked them about their backgrounds. When they passed away, their wives and children came to pay their respects, but now I am the only one left to do this.
The fierce battle that many veterans fought may finally be calm. This heroic life that they lived as a retracting army is finally over, as much blood and tears have passed. Many hope the sun will continue to bring them warmth, and the river of time will let their names be known to future generations.
The Menahe School in Sultan Gazi, Turkey has opened a literacy class last November for refugee adults. In addition to language classes, it also incorporates recycling resources in the program. Take a look at their beautiful handicraft. The students from the literacy class of Mena House School present their handcrafts cheerfully. This is their first exhibition, and every piece of work is full of creativity.
This is the purse I made from recycled cardboard. I first wrapped the cardboard with some fabrics, and then I put on some decorations. This is the final outcome.
I want to thank the school and our teacher, Amo. She has developed our potential, and we are grateful for her instruction.
The literacy class aims to diminish the illiterate problem so Syrian refugees who have no access to education can be able to read and write.
Reusing resources is to turn used items in our daily life into something reusable with creativity and decorations.
In Islamic teachings, it's vital for us to cherish resources. This is not about saving money, but to cherish the limited resources on earth.
In class, students not only learned about reusing recycled goods, but they also took language classes. In addition to the practical skills, they've also cultivated humanistic culture.
We not only took Turkish lessons, but I have also learned to recite the Quran in Arabic.
These Syrian refugees who have left their homeland to live in a foreign land have now found back their confidence to survive in Turkey. They have also acquired knowledge to connect with the rest of the world.
إلى جانب التربية الأساس والأخلاق والفضائل وكل عمل يصلح حياتنا ويصلح دنيانا وآخرتنا.
Tzu Chi Philippines chapter holds a chef training to help students from underprivileged families improve their life. These students can also work on the construction of a new Tzu Chi Great Love campus. Let's take a look.
In Santa Mesa, Manila, Philippines, a new Tzu Chi Great Love campus and a Jinsu Hall are being built. Some of the construction workers are students from Tzu Chi's job training class.
I'm a little nervous because I'm a student, but I'm happy. If we can finish the fence, we can claim that our hard work bore fruit.
Annie is in the welding class, so she needs 722 hours of welding experience. It is not easy to set up a fence, but the challenge also allows her to move closer to her goal.
It is time for us to work at a higher and more risky place. We must also carry heavy items, but we're applying what we have learned. If we are mindful, we can achieve our dreams.
Tzu Chi Philippines chapter helps these students to have hands-on experience.
Volunteer Henry Yunez wants the students to take part because on one hand, he wants to see how they have learned, and on the other hand, he wants to know if the students can get along well with the workers.
LPDO is one of the first group of graduates from the job training class. Tzu Chi not only teaches skills to these students, but also the Tzu Chi spirit, so these students can turn their life and families around.
In our next report, we will take a look at Tzu Chen leader Li Feng. He had joined Tzu Chi all the way back in 1988, being the 4th certified Tzu Chen. When many disasters struck both Taiwan internationally, Li has always been there to lead the volunteers in carrying out disaster relief missions.
Li Fengshi, who is the 4th certified Tzu Chen, has been carrying out Tzu Chi's work for 31 years already.
It is very important and a great opportunity for us to help our fellow countrymen. Therefore, everyone has to work mindfully and diligently.
Coordinating the disaster relief efforts, Lee has always been the one leading the volunteers. He has been carrying out disaster relief work for many years. In the aftermath of the 9/21 earthquake, he had even moved from Taipei to Nantou for more than 2 years. Currently, 77-year-old Lee has returned back to his community. For 3 days a week, Lee volunteers at a Yongli recycling station in Yonghe, New Taipei City.
I've been exercising. I can move those 2 large bundles of paper boxes with ease. My lung capacity is quite strong now, so it's important to exercise to do recycling. When I first started doing recycling, my hands lacked strength and I couldn't move the heavy paper boxes. Later, I would just take a bit less at a time. Then I became more joyful as I volunteered more. Other people had told me that I'm filled with energy now.
In the beginning, many elderly volunteers were surprised to see him at the recycling station. This volunteer, who has always been the leader role, has humbled himself as a recycling volunteer now.
There are no such things as being more superior than others. In fact, Dharma Master Zheng Yan has said that the volunteers are all equal, regardless of how much money we have or what age we are. As long as it is Tzu Chi's work, we're all very happy to carry it out.
越做越欢喜，就是我们也是上说做就对了，所以做到满心欢喜啊，身体健康。
Tzu Chi volunteer Jonsharland in DaAi district in Taiwan suffer from polio since youth. Despite her physical challenges, she never gives up any chance to serve. She has also served as a guide for visitors at the Flora Expo this year. Tzu Chi volunteers Jonsharland greeted visitors warmly when they entered the humanitarian Ecotech Pavilion. Due to polio, she has to wear an orthopedic shoe on her left foot and relies on a cane to walk. However, nothing can stop her from volunteering.
Dharma Master Zheng Yan didn't say I wasn't good enough and didn't give up on me. If she didn't think I was unable to volunteer, then I must give myself a chance.
She joined Tzu Chi for over 10 years and has passionately dedicated her time to volunteer either recycling, medicine, or cooking. She has accumulated over 3,800 hours as a medical volunteer.
On the second day of her being a medical volunteer, she was sent to the emergency room due to a fever. However, she showed up the next day, saying she must complete her volunteer hours.
Jonsharland said that being a volunteer has taught her to cherish her blessings when witnessing others suffering. It has also made her more determined to serve.
It's really a blessing that we can come here to volunteer. Despite my physical challenges, I'm already much more blessed than many less fortunate people. Some of their pains have no way to be relieved.
Her motivation comes from her aspiration to keep moving forward. She is a role model for the 4th district.
Sister Shalan has not let her disadvantage stop her from serving others in need. She has cherished her blessings and made the most out of her life every day. A charity group collaborated with a college to promote anti-drug lessons in high schools with creative tournament games. We'll leave you with these images and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.